Welcome guys, this is a quick review of iPhone 14 Pro Max on PUBG Mobile. I got a lot of questions for this iPhone, and the most common one is, does it have a 90 FPS option? Yes, it does have 90 FPS option right now, but when I got this phone right out of the box it didn't support the 90 FPS, so eventually after 3 to 4 weeks later, it got 90 FPS update. So is this 90 FPS stable? Well yes, but actually no. Let me explain what I mean. When the 90 FPS works fine, it's really stable, but sometimes it's very unstable, which is a bug. The FPS keeps fluctuating between 60 to 90. It's really annoying, and this is how it would feel. However, this is just a simulation, and this issue can easily be fixed by going to home screen and coming back to the game. Or restarting will also work. Sometimes screen recording could fix this unstable FPS. This is a very common issue since it also happens on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but on 14, it's more often. However, when 90 FPS is working fine, it gives the most stable 90 FPS, more stable than Android ones in my comparison. I tried to get the FPS meter so I can get more accurate results, but the FPS meter is not working for some reason. Anyway, now to the next question, is there any performance difference between iPhone 13 versus 14 Pro Maxes? I didn't notice any performance difference between both these phones, but at first 13 was a bit better because it was optimized, but now 14 Pro Max is catching up, and I know it will get better than the 13 because it has the new A16 Bionic chip, which is around 15% faster than the A15 processor which was on 13 Pro Max. The A15 itself is so powerful it's ahead of its competition, so I don't think there is going to be a huge performance gap between 13 and 14 Pro Maxes. But one thing I noticed is that 14 Pro Max's gyroscope is improved slightly. I know that iPhone 14's gyroscope sensors are better now because they are now able to detect a car crash using its sensor. So I guess the gyroscope sensor got an upgrade here. As someone who uses gyroscope a lot, I can feel the difference. The new improved 3-axis gyroscope sensor is more sensitive as it can measure more precisely. However, it's not going to make a big difference. In fact, it makes my phone more shaky as it can measure very small shakes while holding the phone. But the reaction speed of the gyroscope still remains the same as previous iPhones, so it didn't really affect the gameplay at all, just added more shake to my already shaky hands. And now the heating issues. iPhones are very well known for getting hot real quick. They don't have cooling systems like gaming phones, so the 14 Pro Max's heats up very similar to 13 Pro Max. You could play in 90 FPS for 30 minutes until the brightness starts dimming slowly, so that's why I always use an external phone cooler to cool down the phone. This one uses a MagSafe, so it attaches to the phone instantly using magnets. With this I can able to play on 90 FPS for hours continuously. But there is a bug which I have noticed in 13 as well as on 14 Pro Max. Sometimes phone gets hot really fast in just 10 minutes, even in the lobby. This can easily be fixed by restarting the game. This bug mostly occurs when you leave the game in background apps for a long time. And the battery life, I can't really say anything about this because it's currently not optimized. I lost like 50% of my battery in just 1 hour of playing PUBG at 80% of brightness and 90 FPS while screen recording. However, recently it has gotten better now. Maybe could play for 4 hours at 50% of brightness and 90 FPS without screen recording. Also make sure it doesn't get hot. But once it gets optimized you could get up to 5 hours of battery life with 90 FPS enabled and also better performance and less laggy 90 FPS. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you have any more questions about 14 Pro Max, ask them in the comments, I will try to answer them. See you guys in the next one.